So I'm curious about how you work with people who approach you with questions about erection, questions about arousal, questions about orgasm. So this is more of a practical question, because I know that you probably like to hear about, like, okay, now we've heard something, let's get dirty. How do you work with it?
It's actually quite a big area, all these topics, but the underneath question to that is, for me, really, how well did the people learn to regulate their eroticism, their sexuality? No matter if it's about erection, no matter if it's about orgasm, no matter how long should I last till I come to orgasm. There are many ideas around there which are not the reality. So people have the fantasy that is like the reality, and then they come and they just lay out and tell them, okay, that's how it is, and where do you want to go from there? For example, if you have a man who says, I come always after 1 minute. Is that fast or slow? What would you say? Why?
Because it's too short for the woman.
Okay, so yeah. So let's take a heterosexual couples. Would be 20 years long relationship. Would the woman be satisfied if the man always comes after 1 minute? Why not? There might be women who also come after 1 minute and they happily live ever after. But if we take statistics, we know usually women need longer, and if they don't want to be short on their orgasm, it's good if the man learns to regulate themselves and to regulate the energy. And it's maybe also good for him, because it's quite great having that energy for longer than 1 minute. But it's not me who decides that's a problem. So it's really up to the person, what do I want to learn? And most of us never learned about regulating our sexual energy. And we can offer tools and ways to do that. That's the first step. It's like this regulation of the energy. But the other step is also, and that's I learned during my practice, changing that is basically quite easy. So I had men, they come, you change that. I remember one man, he came back next session, I had now 45 minutes sex with my wife without coming. What happened?
He learned to regulate, maybe. He learned to regulate.
He learned to regulate, but what happened in the relationship? So you had a man always coming after 1 minute, and then he comes back 45 minutes. Was the woman going like, yeah, great?
Yes! Irritation.
Irritation, exactly. Why? Shouldn't she be happy?
More lubrication.
More lubrication?
Well, probably she thinks that's her fault, because, you know, he no longer likes what he gets, and so it takes him forever or whatever, like that.
So who was sending him to me? Was it himself or her? Her. It was her. So the dynamic in the relationship was you having the problem, and you had that for 20 years, and everything you did never worked. And that balanced itself wonderfully. And suddenly he comes back. That has changed, but the relationship wasn't ready for that change. So I think that's the next step we're working on, is also, how is this affecting my life, my relationships? Because especially in couples dynamics, often that works in this way, and if you change one person in that, it will affect the other person. And not everybody is happy and is welcoming that change.